One of the things I wanted to talk about Gardenscape is the requirements. If you're going to be an exhibitor at the Gardenscape, there's some pretty strict requirements.
There's a rules committee, Brenna, that dictates what we can do in our booth. So the process is really kind of interesting. We'll do a design. I think I designed my booth for this year in September of last year.
Okay.
Then we have to meet with them. You have to have certain amount of green space, certain amount of hardscape. Things are really dictated to us as to what we can do.
Okay.
Then they will make changes or tell you, well, this doesn't really work. This wall is a little too tall or too short or whatever. Then we go back and redefine it and work it out so that it works within the guidelines of the. And they're not. They give us a pretty broad stroke to work with.
Well, I guess what I was leaning towards was the fact also that all of the mediums, right? Is that what we call plants and trees and things like that? They all have to be living in order to be.
Absolutely. None of the plants can be fake.
Right.
And a certain percentage of the plants that we put in the booth have to be in bloom.
Oh, interesting.
See, that's what I was getting at, because that's pretty remarkable to do it this time of year in Rochester, New York. I mean, and the smell inside that dome, you can just smell the fresh flowers, the hyacinths, the tulips. They're just gorgeous. I mean, you see the color, but you smell it. You feel the humidity.
The prime rib in the restaurant area there.
Prime rib restaurant area.
Sorry about that.
Yes,
The
you can
caterer does a very nice job. That's back there.
Yes.
You can get a bite to eat while you're out there today, folks, from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. And we did get a caller in, Aaron. We did, and so we gave away a set of tickets. We're going to give away another set of tickets coming up after our next break from courtesy of the Gardenscape Professionals Association. Again, it's a $12 value per ticket. So thank you so much for bringing those for our listeners.
One thing I wanted to say, if somebody's looking to hire a landscape contractor, this is the greatest place to go.
Oh, yeah.
We've got 15 of the area's best landscapers all in one place.
Good point.
The booths are so diverse, so different. This year's show more than ever, there's a couple fantasy booths that are phenomenal that you probably wouldn't be able to see in your backyard.
Yeah.
But this is a very practical show this year. The guys have done a great job, and there's an awful lot of stuff there that you can see, and you can talk with the people. So you're not looking at a phone book and saying, I like his logo.
Yeah.
You can really talk with the guy and then get a feel for the person that you're going to be dealing with and pick 2 or 3 of them from the show. So it's a fabulous way to do that. And if you're just trying to get ideas for your house, you can't beat it. You just can't beat it. It is a great show.
That's awesome.
The amount of artistic ingenuity that goes into these displays at Gardenscape. I've gone numerous years in a row. And just last year you did the dinosaur bones.
Yeah, we did an archaeological dig last year.
I mean, that it's just the creativity, and it's just really landscape, and landscape design is certainly an art.
Brenna, what happens is during the course of the year as a designer, you get these great ideas that nobody's ever going to want to use in their yard because they're just not practical. So this gives us the opportunity to be a little over the top.
Right.
That's
to do some of the things that we've thought about that we'll never be able to do in your backyard.
Right, but we don't want to give the impression to the attendees out at Gardenscape that you can't do a $1,500 beautiful landscape for someone that's in that market, and anyone else there too. Which leads me to my next question about the Gardenscape Professionals Association. We're going to talk a little bit about that when we get back from our break as well. But are most of the exhibitors members of the Gardenscape Professionals?
Yeah, you have to be a member of the association in order to be an exhibitor at the dome.
Okay, when we get back from our break, we are going to talk a little bit more about the Gardenscape Professional Association, what it does in our community here in Rochester, New York. We're also going to be giving away more tickets for the Gardenscape, so stay tuned to hear more on the latest trends in landscape and gardening, plus more on the inside scoop on Gardenscape 2010 coming up after our break. I'm Brenna Hartman here with Pat Coyne and Don Wetzel. More Property Source Radio, propertysourceradio.com. Stay tuned.